Hello, and welcome to Sleep Science Studio. I am Thomas, and it is a privilege to be your guide this evening as we gently explore the quiet corners of our world. I am so glad you have chosen to join me here, in this quiet space designed for rest, for curiosity, and for the gradual letting go of the day. This channel exists as a sanctuary, a place where the complexities of science are transformed into a soothing balm for the restless mind, helping you drift into deep and restorative sleep. Our purpose here is not to startle or to overly excite, but to create a gentle current of information that can carry you softly towards the shores of slumber. So let this be a signal to your mind and body that the time for striving is over, and the time for simply being has begun. There is nothing else you need to do. Here, we allow wonder to replace worry, and we let the steady, quiet rhythm of scientific discovery become a lullaby for the mind. As my voice reaches you, I hope it finds you in a place of comfort and security, ready to begin this descent into tranquility. There are no demands on your attention here. You are free to drift, to listen with half an ear, or to simply let the sounds wash over you. Let the world outside this moment fade into the background. Your only task now is to rest, and I will be here to accompany you on that journey. Welcome again to Sleep Science Studio. It is wonderful to have you with us tonight as we prepare to explore a very quiet and very profound topic together. I often wonder where you might be listening from. Perhaps you are in a bustling city with the distant hum of traffic providing a contrast to our quiet space here. Or maybe you are somewhere more rural, where the only sounds are the crickets or the gentle whisper of the wind through the trees outside your window. I wonder what time it is for you. Is it late evening, the world outside bathed in the deep indigo of twilight, just after the sun has set? Or has the clock ticked past midnight, placing you in the quiet, solitary hours of the very early morning, when the world feels like it is holding its breath? Perhaps you are on the other side of the planet entirely, and your day is just beginning, and you are using this time to find a moment of peace before it starts. It doesn't really matter what time it is or where you are. We are connected for a short while in this shared intention of finding rest and quiet understanding. This space transcends time zones and geography, creating a universal haven for all who seek a gentle end to their day or a peaceful pause within it. So wherever you are, and whatever time it may be, know that you are in the right place, at the right time, to begin your journey into stillness. Take a moment to acknowledge your small corner of the world, and then give yourself permission to let it go as we venture into a different realm together. Your presence here is what gives this studio its purpose, and I thank you for bringing your quiet attention to our shared space tonight. As is our tradition here, I will make a very gentle request. If you find this content helpful, and if it brings you a measure of peace, consider liking the video. This small gesture helps our quiet corner of the internet find other minds who may be in need of a safe harbor to rest and unwind. And if you wish to make this a regular part of your sleep routine, you might consider subscribing to Sleep Science Studio and perhaps ringing the notification bell. Of course, our primary goal is for you to fall asleep long before you ever reach the end of our journey together tonight. In fact, I often say that I hope this isn't too interesting. Just interesting enough to occupy the foreground of your mind, giving your worries permission to recede. The science is merely a vessel, a gentle boat to carry you across the waters from the active, thinking state of wakefulness to the quiet shores of sleep. So please, do not feel any pressure to absorb every detail. Your subconscious mind will take what it needs, and the rest will simply become a soothing, auditory texture. The true measure of our success is not in what you remember tomorrow, but in how deeply and peacefully you are able to rest tonight. So thank you for considering that small act of support. It allows us to continue creating this calm and educational content for everyone who needs it. And with that, let us put aside all thoughts of the outside world, of clicks and buttons, and begin to focus inward, preparing for our exploration. Before we proceed, a gentle reminder that I am not a medical professional, and this content is intended for educational and relaxation purposes only. It should not be taken as medical advice. If you have any concerns about your sleep or your health, please consult with a qualified healthcare provider. Now, as you settle in, begin to bring your awareness to your body. Notice the points of contact between you and the surface that supports you. Feel the gentle weight of the blanket upon you, a subtle, reassuring pressure that signals safety and comfort to your nervous system. Allow your muscles to soften. Starting with your toes and working your way up, consciously release any tension you might be holding on to. Let your ankles be loose, your calves heavy. Allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears and let your jaw be unclenched and relaxed. Now turn your attention to your breath. There is no need to change it in any way. Simply observe the natural rhythm of your inhalation and exhalation. Notice the air as it enters, slightly cooler, and as it leaves, slightly warmer. Each breath is a wave, washing away the remnants of the day. With every exhale, imagine you are releasing a little more tension, a little more worry, letting it all dissolve into the quiet air of the room around you. You are safe, you are comfortable, and you are now ready to begin our quiet journey into the hidden world that surrounds us all. Tonight, we turn our attention to a kingdom that is silent, yet profoundly active. A world that is still, yet constantly in motion, communicating and competing in ways we are only just beginning to understand. We are going to explore the secret life of plants, not as passive decorations in our world, but as complex, dynamic organisms with a rich and surprising inner existence. The title of our journey tonight mentions shocking science, but perhaps a better word for our purpose is wondrous or unexpectedly complex. Because the world of botany, of plant biology, is not one of sudden shocks, but of quiet, profound revelations that unfold with patient observation. So let us set aside our everyday perception of plants as simple, green fixtures. Let's imagine, for a moment, that we could slow down our sense of time to match theirs. Imagine we could perceive the subtle shifts, the slow-motion battles, and the intricate conversations that are happening all around us in every garden, park, and forest. This is the world we are about to enter. A world of subtle chemistry, of silent signals, and of ancient strategies for survival, written in the language of cells and molecules. It is a story that has been unfolding for over 1 billion years, a quiet and persistent drama that forms the very foundation of life on our planet. Our journey begins not with a leaf or a flower, but deep underground, in the darkness of the soil, where the story of a plant's hidden life truly takes root. Let your mind sink down, past the grass and the moss, into the cool, dark earth. It is here, in the silent, sprawling network of the roots, that we find our first quiet wonder. We often think of a plant's intelligence, if we consider it at all, as residing in its leaves or flowers where the visible action happens. But many botanists now propose a different idea. They suggest that the true command center, the distributed brain of the plant, is this vast, intricate network beneath the soil. The root system is not just an anchor or a passive straw for water. It is an information-gathering and processing marvel, a biological supercomputer built of living threads. It is constantly sensing its environment, searching for pockets of nutrients, avoiding toxins, detecting the presence of other roots, and making complex decisions about which direction to grow, all without a single neuron. It is a slow, deliberate form of intelligence, operating on a timescale that we can barely comprehend, a silent, subterranean consciousness. Each single root tip is a marvel of sensory biology. It is equipped with a collection of specialized cells, a kind of protective helmet called the root cap. This cap is exquisitely sensitive. It can perceive gravity, allowing the root to always know which way is down, a phenomenon known as gravitropism. It can detect water gradients, a process called hydrotropism, steering the root towards moisture with unerring accuracy. It can sense physical obstacles and navigate around them. It is constantly probing, tasting, and feeling the soil, sending a cascade of hormonal and electrical signals back up into the body of the plant, reporting on the state of the world below, and informing the growth and health of the entire organism. But the story becomes even more profound when we realize that these roots are not alone in the darkness. They live in a dense and bustling ecosystem, and their most important partners are fungi. For hundreds of millions of years, plants and a special type of fungi, known as mycorrhizal fungi, have been locked in one of nature's most successful and ancient symbiotic relationships. The fungus, with its incredibly fine threads called hyphae, is far more efficient at exploring the soil than the plant's roots are. These threads can be hundreds of times smaller than a root, allowing them to penetrate tiny crevices and unlock precious nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen that the plant cannot access on its own. In exchange for these vital minerals, the plant provides the fungus with something it cannot produce itself: carbon-rich sugars created high above in the leaves through the process of photosynthesis. It is a perfect trade, a fair and balanced partnership conducted in silence and darkness. The plant pipes sugars down through its roots to dedicated exchange points, where the fungal network plugs in, delivering its payload of nutrients gathered from afar. This transaction is the foundation of nearly every terrestrial ecosystem on Earth. It is a silent, invisible marketplace that underpins the health of the entire forest, a constant flow of resources between two different kingdoms of life, working together for mutual survival. This fungal network does more than just feed a single plant. The microscopic hyphae from one fungus can connect to the roots of multiple trees, even trees of different species. In doing so, they create a shared underground network, a common biological grid that links the entire forest together. Scientists have given this phenomenon a wondrous name: the Wood Wide Web. It is a living, intelligent internet made of fungus, a web of communication and resource sharing that operates on a massive scale. Through this network, trees can share resources, warn each other of danger, and even nurture their own young. The forest floor, which appears so still to us, is in fact humming with a constant, silent conversation. Imagine an old, established tree, often called a mother tree, standing tall in the forest. Its vast root system is a central hub in this wood-wide web. Through its fungal connections, it is linked to the smaller, younger saplings growing in its shadow. If these young trees are struggling, perhaps because they are not receiving enough sunlight on the forest floor, the mother tree can send them supplemental carbon and nutrients through the fungal network. It is a form of parental care, a deliberate shunting of resources to ensure the survival of the next generation. The forest is not merely a collection of individual trees competing for light. It is a cooperative, a family, bound by these hidden nurturing connections. The communication is not limited to sharing food. This network can also transmit warnings. If one tree is attacked by a pest, say an insect that begins to chew on its leaves, it doesn't just suffer in silence. The attacked tree begins to produce defensive chemical compounds in its leaves to make them less palatable. But it also sends a distress signal, a specific chemical signature, down through its roots and out into the mycorrhizal network. This signal travels through the fungal internet to neighboring trees, warning them of the impending threat. The other trees, having received this early warning, can then begin to ramp up their own defensive chemistry before the insects even arrive. This subterranean communication system fundamentally changes our understanding of what a forest is. It is not a silent, passive landscape. It is a sentient superorganism, a collective intelligence with a shared awareness. The trees are not isolated individuals. They are nodes in a complex, adaptive network. They can recognize their own kin, distinguishing between the roots of their offspring and the roots of strangers. They can mount a coordinated, forest-wide defense. They can share resources to ensure the community's health. It is a form of biological socialism that has been perfected over millions of years, a testament to the power of cooperation and connection that exists just beneath our feet. The language of this world is chemistry. It is a vocabulary written in hormones, phenols, and other secondary metabolites. Plants are master chemists, constantly brewing complex cocktails of compounds to interact with the world. When a root from one plant encounters a root from another, it can taste the chemical exudates, the secretions released by the other root. From this taste, It can determine if the other plant is a relative or a competitor. If it's kin, the roots may grow in a more accommodating way, sharing territory. If it's a stranger, they may become more aggressive, fighting for resources. It is a slow-motion, silent negotiation for space and survival. This hidden world beneath the soil is a beautiful and humbling reminder that the most important processes are often the ones we cannot see. It asks us to reconsider our place in the world, to see the ground not as inert dirt, but as a medium of immense biological complexity and communication. It is a world of silent alliances, of shared resources, and of quiet, collective intelligence. As you rest now, you can imagine this vast, peaceful network operating beneath the world, a constant, gentle hum of life that connects everything. It is a reassuring thought that the world is more connected, more cooperative, and more intelligent than we often assume. Let us now allow our attention to drift upwards, leaving the dark, rich earth behind and emerging into the air and the light. We rise up through the stem, the central column that is a plant's conduit between its two worlds, the subterranean network below and the atmospheric realm above. Here, in the world we can see, plants continue to exhibit a sensitivity and a responsiveness that is truly astonishing. They may not have nerves or muscles, but they possess a profound sense of touch, a physical awareness of their surroundings that shapes their every move, a process known as thigmomorphogenesis. Every time the wind blows, rustling the leaves of a tree, it is a sensory event for that plant. The physical stress of the wind, the constant bending and flexing of its branches and trunk, is registered by the plant's cells. This is not a passive experience. In response to this persistent mechanical stimulation, the plant actively changes its growth pattern. A tree growing in a windy location will grow shorter and sturdier, with a thicker trunk and a more robust root system than its genetically identical counterpart grown in a sheltered greenhouse. The plant is actively listening to the physical language of the wind and remodeling its own body to better withstand it. This response to touch is incredibly refined. Even the gentle landing of an insect on a leaf or the soft drumming of raindrops can trigger a cascade of electrical and chemical signals within the plant. Specialized mechanoreceptor cells on the surface of the plant detect the pressure or vibration. This detection generates a tiny electrical charge, similar in some ways to a nerve impulse in an animal, which can then propagate through the plant's tissues. It is a slow-moving signal, far slower than our own nervous system, but it is a signal nonetheless. The plant feels the touch, and it communicates that sensation throughout its body, preparing a potential response. Perhaps the most famous example of this is the Venus flytrap, which snaps shut when an unsuspecting insect touches the trigger hairs on its leaves. This is a very rapid, very visible form of thigmonesty, or touch-induced movement. But this is the exception, not the rule. Most plants respond in a much slower, more deliberate way. A climbing vine, for example, uses its sense of touch to find support. As its tendrils grow, they sweep through the air in a circular motion. When a tendril makes contact with an object, like a fence post or another branch, the cells on the side of the tendril that are touching the object slow their growth, while the cells on the opposite side accelerate their growth, causing the tendril to curl tightly around the support. This intricate dance of growth is guided entirely by touch. The vine is not just randomly bumping into things. It is actively searching, feeling, and responding. It can even distinguish between suitable and unsuitable supports. Some studies have shown that tendrils will repeatedly touch and then reject supports that are too thin or too smooth, continuing their search for a more secure anchor. This is a form of decision-making, guided by tactile information. The plant is making a judgment call based on the physical data it receives from its environment, a slow and patient exploration of its world through the simple, profound act of touching. This sensitivity also serves as a critical defense mechanism. When an insect, such as a caterpillar, begins to chew on a leaf, the plant feels it. The specific vibration and pressure of the chewing is a distinct tactile signal. This signal, combined with the chemical compounds in the insect's saliva, triggers an immediate and localized defensive response. The plant begins to flood the surrounding leaf tissue with toxins or compounds that make the leaf bitter and indigestible. It is a targeted, proportional response, an attempt to persuade the attacker to move elsewhere, all initiated by the plant's ability to feel the tiny footsteps and chewing mouthparts of its predator. The implications of this are quite beautiful. It suggests that plants live in a rich, tactile world. They are not numb to their environment. They feel the caress of the wind, the weight of the morning dew, the gentle landing of a butterfly, and the aggressive attack of a pest. Their entire structure, from the thickness of their trunk to the curl of a single tendril, is a physical autobiography of all the touches they have experienced throughout their life. Their form is a slow-motion sculpture, shaped by the gentle and persistent forces of their physical world. It is a life lived in constant, intimate contact with its surroundings. But the language of plants extends beyond the subterranean network and the physical touch of their environment. They are also masters of airborne communication, engaging in a silent, invisible conversation using the medium of scent. What we perceive as the pleasant smell of a flower or the sharp scent of freshly cut grass is in fact a highly sophisticated form of chemical messaging. Plants use these volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, to speak to insects, to warn each other of danger, and even to wage a subtle form of chemical warfare against their rivals. The air around us is thick with these messages, a constant stream of information that we are mostly oblivious to. The scent of a flower is not just for our enjoyment. It is a carefully crafted advertisement. The specific blend of chemicals in a flower's perfume is designed to attract a particular pollinator, be it a bee, a moth, or a bat. The scent can signal the time of day the flower is open, the amount of nectar available, and its precise location. It is an invitation, a broadcast message sent out into the air, saying, "I am here, and I have a reward for you." The pollinator follows this scent trail, and in exchange for the nectar, it unwittingly carries the plant's pollen to another flower, ensuring the plant's reproductive success. It is a masterful manipulation, a conversation between kingdoms conducted on the breeze. The airborne conversation can also be a cry for help. Remember the tree being attacked by caterpillars? In addition to sending signals through the wood wide web, it also releases a specific blend of volatile organic compounds into the air from its wounded leaves. This is not a random release. The chemical signature is specific to the attackers. This airborne plume of scent acts as an SOS signal, and it can be detected by predatory insects, such as parasitic wasps. These wasps, attracted by the plant's chemical cry for help, will descend upon the tree and lay their eggs inside the very caterpillars that are eating the leaves, effectively hiring a bodyguard service to eliminate the threat. The smell of freshly cut grass is another poignant example of this airborne language. To us, it might be a pleasant, nostalgic scent associated with summer. To the plant, it is a traumatic event. That sharp, green smell is the grass's scream. It is a massive release of distress signals, a chemical cocktail of leaf aldehydes. These compounds serve a dual purpose. Firstly, they have antifungal and antibacterial properties, helping to seal the wound and prevent infection where the blade of grass has been severed. Secondly, they act as a loud, clear warning to all the other grass plants in the vicinity, signaling that a grazer is nearby and they should prepare their defenses. Plants can also use this airborne chemistry to sabotage their competitors. Some plants engage in a process called allelopathy, where they release chemicals into the environment that inhibit the growth of surrounding plants. The black walnut tree is a classic example. Its roots, leaves, and fruit husks release a compound called juglone, which is highly toxic to many other plants, such as tomatoes and apple trees. This creates a zone around the walnut tree where very little else can grow, ensuring that the walnut has exclusive access to water, sunlight, and nutrients. It is a slow, silent, and highly effective form of territorial dominance, waged with invisible chemical weapons. So the next time you walk through a forest or a garden, imagine the air around you not as empty space, but as a complex medium filled with messages you cannot decode. Imagine the silent warnings, the seductive invitations, the cries for help, and the territorial threats, all being carried on the gentle currents of the air. It is an ongoing, dynamic conversation that shapes the entire ecosystem. Plants are not just passively breathing. They are actively speaking, using a fragrant and potent vocabulary that has been refined over hundreds of millions of years of evolution. They are constantly monitoring their chemical environment and contributing their own voice to the silent chorus of life. Beyond touch and chemical communication, plants possess another sense that is perhaps the most fundamental to their existence, a profound and nuanced ability to perceive light. They do not have eyes, of course, but their entire bodies, from the tip of the highest leaf to the deepest root, are covered in a variety of photoreceptors. These are specialized proteins that can detect different wavelengths and intensities of light with incredible precision. The most important of these are the phytochromes, which are sensitive to red and far-red light, allowing a plant to see the world around it in a way that is completely alien to us. This ability to see red and far-red light allows a plant to know whether it is in direct sun or in the shade of another plant. Sunlight contains a relatively even mixture of red and far-red light. However, when sunlight passes through a green leaf, the chlorophyll in that leaf absorbs most of the red light for photosynthesis, but allows the far-red light to pass through. Therefore, the light in the shade of another plant has a very different spectral quality. It is rich in far-red light. A plant can detect this shift in the ratio of red to far-red light with its phytochrome sensors, and it knows, with certainty, that it is being shaded by a competitor. This knowledge triggers what is known as the shade avoidance response. The plant interprets the far-red light signal as a threat to its survival. It immediately diverts its energy from developing broad leaves or strong roots, and instead puts everything into rapid vertical growth. It elongates its stem, desperately trying to grow taller than its neighbor and reach the unfiltered sunlight above. You can see this happening in a dense forest, where young saplings grow as tall, skinny stalks, a frantic and silent race for the light. It is a life-or-death struggle, guided entirely by the plant's ability to perceive the subtle color of the shadows around it. Plants also use their light-sensing abilities to track time. The phytochromes act as a biological clock, keeping track of the length of the day and, more importantly, the length of the night. The phytochrome protein can switch between two states, an active form and an inactive form. During the day, red light from the sun converts the protein to its active state. During the night, it slowly and steadily reverts back to its inactive state. The plant can measure how much of the protein has reverted, and from this, it can precisely gauge the length of the night. This information is critical for survival. This ability to measure day length, known as photoperiodism, tells the plant what season it is. It is how a plant knows when to flower, when to drop its leaves for the winter, and when to break dormancy in the spring. A long-day plant, like a spinach plant, will only flower when the nights become shorter than a critical threshold, signaling the arrival of summer. A short-day plant, like a chrysanthemum, will only flower when the nights become longer, heralding the onset of autumn. This precise timing ensures that the plant flowers and produces seeds at the most opportune time for its specific climate and life cycle, a feat of biological timekeeping guided by seeing the light. In addition to phytochromes, plants have other photoreceptors called phototropins, which are sensitive to blue light. These are what allow a plant to bend towards a light source, a phenomenon you may have seen in a houseplant on a windowsill. When blue light hits one side of the plant stem, the phototropins on that side trigger a hormonal signal. This signal, carried by the hormone auxin, travels down the shaded side of the stem, causing the cells there to elongate more rapidly than the cells on the sunny side. This differential growth causes the stem to bend, actively steering the leaves towards the light source to maximize their photosynthetic potential. It is a slow, elegant, and continuous act of seeking the sun. To see the world as a plant does would be a strange and wondrous experience. We would be blind to images and shapes, but exquisitely sensitive to the direction, intensity, and color of light. We could feel the subtle shift in the spectrum as a cloud passes overhead. We would know the precise moment of sunrise and sunset, not by sight, but by an internal, chemical switch. We could sense the presence of our neighbors by the quality of the shadows they cast. It is a completely different form of vision, a silent, all-encompassing awareness of the energy that gives us life, a constant and gentle dance with the sun. We have explored the plant world's hidden connections, its sense of touch, its chemical language, and its vision. But perhaps the most surprising concept of all is the emerging evidence for a form of plant memory. Plants do not have brains or neurons, the structures we associate with memory in animals. Yet, they are able to record information about past events and use that information to modify their future behavior. This is not a conscious narrative memory like our own, but a cellular and epigenetic memory, a biological imprint of past experiences that can shape their growth, defenses, and even be passed down to their offspring. Consider a plant that survives a period of drought. The stress of water scarcity leaves a mark on the plant. It triggers a complex set of physiological responses, the closing of stomata on the leaves to conserve water, changes in root growth, and the production of protective proteins. If that same plant experiences a second drought later in its life, its response is often faster and more efficient than the first time. It is as if the plant remembers the first drought. The cellular machinery needed to cope with the stress is primed and ready to be deployed, allowing the plant to defend itself more effectively. This is a form of stress memory. This memory is not stored in a nervous system, but in the very fabric of the plant's genetic code, through a process called epigenetics. Epigenetics literally means above genetics. It involves small chemical tags that are attached to a plant's DNA. These tags don't change the underlying genetic sequence, but they act like switches, controlling which genes are turned on and which are turned off. A stressful event, like a drought or a pest attack, can cause new tags to be added or old ones to be removed, creating a unique epigenetic signature of that event. This pattern of tags is the plant's memory, a molecular scar of its past trials. When a plant's cells divide, this epigenetic pattern can be copied along with the DNA, allowing the memory of the event to persist throughout the plant's life. So a leaf that grows after a drought may have a different pattern of gene expression than one that grew before, making it better adapted to dry conditions. The plant is learning from its experience and physically embedding that lesson into its own biology. It is a decentralized, embodied form of memory, where the past is written not in thoughts, but in the chemical configuration of the plant's own cells, a living history of its struggles and triumphs. In some cases, this memory can even be passed down through generations. When a plant creates seeds, it can sometimes pass on a portion of its epigenetic tags to its offspring. This means that the progeny of a plant that survived a severe drought might be born pre-adapted to dry conditions. They may germinate with a genetic instruction set already fine-tuned by their parents' experience, giving them a crucial head start in a challenging environment. It is a form of biological inheritance that goes beyond simple genetics, a way for a mother plant to whisper warnings and wisdom to her children before they are even born. The same is true for disease resistance. If a plant successfully fends off an attack from a specific pathogen, its immune system becomes primed. The epigenetic memory of that encounter means that if the same pathogen attacks again, the plant's defensive response is far more rapid and robust. This systemic acquired resistance can last for the plant's entire life. And again, in some species, this heightened state of alert can be passed on to the next generation, providing them with an inherited immunity based on their parents' personal history. The family line remembers its past battles and becomes stronger because of them. This concept of memory in plants challenges our most fundamental definitions of learning and intelligence. It shows that an organism does not need a brain to remember, to learn, or to adapt its behavior based on past experience. It reveals a form of intelligence that is diffuse, decentralized, and deeply integrated with the organism's physical body. The plant's body is its mind. Its memories are not abstract thoughts, but are instead woven into the very chemistry of its being. a constant dialogue between its genes and its life experiences. As we come to the close of our journey into the secret life of plants, let us take a moment to reflect on what we have discovered. We have ventured deep into the earth to witness the silent, intelligent conversations of the wood wide web. We have felt the slow, deliberate response of a plant to the gentlest touch. We have perceived the invisible clouds of chemical messages that fill the air, carrying warnings and invitations. We have seen the world through the plant's nuanced perception of light and shadow, and we have touched upon the profound idea that a plant can remember its past and prepare its children for the future. This is a world that is always here, living and breathing and communicating just outside the range of our senses. It operates on a different time scale, a slower, more deliberate rhythm. To appreciate it, we must slow ourselves down, quiet our own minds, and cultivate a sense of patient wonder. The science of botany does not demystify the plant world. It makes it even more magical. It reveals a layer of complexity, sensitivity, and intelligence that is both humbling and deeply reassuring. It shows us that we are surrounded by a silent, ancient, and cooperative form of life. The plants in your room, the tree outside your window, the grass in the park, they are not passive objects. They are active participants in the great drama of life. They are feeling, communicating, and remembering. They are problem-solving and adapting. Their stillness is not emptiness, but a state of profound and patient awareness. Recognizing this can change the way we see the world, filling it with a deeper sense of kinship and respect for the quiet green life that sustains us all. They are our silent partners on this planet, the foundation upon which all other complex life is built. And as you now allow yourself to drift further towards sleep, perhaps you can borrow some of the wisdom of the plant world. Let yourself be like a plant at the end of the day. Let your own internal phytochrome system sense the coming of the night. Release the tensions of the day, just as a tree releases its oxygen. Let your mind settle down into your own quiet, restorative, subterranean network of dreams. There is no need to strive or struggle. The work of the day is done. Now is the time for rest, for repair, and for the slow, silent integration of experience. Let the gentle, flowing narrative of the plant world be a lullaby for your own nervous system, a story of quiet strength, of deep connection, and of patient, persistent growth. There is nothing shocking here, only a deep and abiding wonder. A wonder that can fill the mind just enough to keep worries at bay, allowing your body to do what it knows how to do best, to relax, to let go, and to fall into a deep and peaceful sleep. Let the knowledge of this secret world be a comforting blanket, a reminder of the intricate and beautiful web of life of which you are a part. The science is complex, but the feeling it evokes is simple. It is a feeling of connection, a feeling of awe, a feeling that the world is more intricate and miraculous than we can ever fully grasp. And that is a very peaceful thought to fall asleep to. You do not need to hold on to any of these facts. Let them dissolve like morning mist. All that matters is the sense of calm and gentle wonder they leave behind. A sense that can smooth the edges of your thoughts and guide you gently into the quiet darkness. Thank you for joining me, Thomas, here at Sleep Science Studio. It has been an honor to be your guide on this quiet exploration. I hope this journey has brought you some measure of peace and has helped to quiet your mind. The secret life of plants will continue its silent, wondrous unfolding long after we have drifted off, a constant, reassuring presence in our world. And you can rest knowing that you are held safely within this great, breathing web of life, a part of something ancient and beautiful. Now, let my voice begin to fade into the background. Let it become just another sound in the room, like the hum of a fan or the whisper of the wind outside. Your focus can now turn completely inward, to the gentle rhythm of your own breath, to the feeling of weight and release in your limbs. You have been given permission to let go. There is nothing more to learn, nothing more to do. There is only the peaceful descent into slumber. Each breath you take is a wave, carrying you further from the shore of wakefulness and deeper into the calm ocean of sleep. Inhale peace, exhale the day. Your mind is quiet. Your body is heavy and relaxed. You are drifting now, safely and securely. The quiet wonders of the plant world are a gentle anchor for your mind, keeping it from wandering into places of worry or concern. All is well. All is calm. The silent conversations of the roots continue deep in the earth. The slow dance of the leaves continues in the gentle night air. The world is taking care of itself, and it is taking care of you. You can trust this process. You can surrender to the profound and restorative power of sleep. Allow it to wash over you now, a gentle tide, pulling you out into a sea of tranquility. Rest now. Rest deeply. The intricate dance of molecules and signals, of growth and rest, that governs the life of a plant is mirrored within your own body as you sleep. Cells are repairing. Memories are being consolidated. Energy is being restored. It is a quiet, intelligent process, an ancient rhythm that connects all living things. Trust in this rhythm. Let it guide you through the night, bringing you back to the morning, refreshed and renewed. Sleep well. The forest is asleep, yet it is profoundly alive. And so are you. As you drift off, know that you are part of this grand, silent, and interconnected system. Your rest is part of the rhythm of the planet. Let that thought bring you a final, deep sense of peace. There is nowhere else you need to be, and nothing else you need to do. Just rest. Just sleep. Sleep now. Let go completely. Drift into the deep, dark, restorative soil of your own subconscious. Let new connections be formed. Let the day be processed and stored. You are safe. You are at peace. And the quiet, wondrous world will be here to greet you when you wake. Sleep. Just sleep. The world of the forest continues its quiet, unseen processes, and so does the world within you. As you lie here, feel a sense of grounding, as if you are a great and ancient tree, putting down roots into the deep, supportive earth beneath you. Allow your body to feel this connection to stillness and stability. Let the mattress beneath you become that rich, dark soil, a foundation of absolute safety and comfort. With every gentle exhale, imagine those roots stretching just a little deeper, anchoring you more firmly in this state of profound peace, holding you securely as you prepare to drift away on the gentle currents of sleep. These roots, your connection to rest, do not need to be forced. They grow naturally, effortlessly, drawn downward by the gentle gravity of slumber. There is no effort required on your part. Your only task is to allow this process to unfold. Give your body permission to become heavy, to release its weight completely to the surface that holds you. Feel the subtle, pleasant sensation of sinking, of letting go of the need to hold yourself up. You are completely supported. You are completely safe. And in this safety, you can finally release all control and allow the journey into deep rest to begin on its own terms. Just as the trees in the forest communicate through a silent, chemical language, your body is now sending its own quiet signals. The internal communication of your biology is shifting from the language of wakefulness to the language of rest. Hormones like adenosine have been building up all day, and now they are delivering their gentle, persuasive message of sleepiness to your brain. Your heart rate is slowing, your breathing is deepening, your body temperature is dropping slightly. These are the chemical whispers of your own internal network, a coordinated, system-wide message that the time for restoration and repair has arrived. Listen to this quiet, internal conversation and trust its ancient wisdom. You do not need to consciously interpret these signals any more than a tree needs to think about the messages it receives through its roots. Your body understands this language perfectly. It is the oldest and most fundamental dialect of life itself, the language of cycles, of activity and rest, of day and night. By simply being still and allowing your breath to be steady, you are creating the perfect conditions for this conversation to take place. You are stepping aside and allowing your body's innate intelligence to take over, to guide you gently and skillfully into the restorative sanctuary of sleep. Trust in this process completely. Now, consider the plant's experience of light. Throughout the day, it absorbed the sun's energy, a constant influx of information and power. But now, in the darkness, the true work of growth and consolidation happens. Your mind has been like that leaf all day, absorbing sensory information, taking in the light of the world. But now, the darkness is a gift. It is a signal to stop receiving and to begin processing. The quiet and the dark are not an absence, but a presence. They are the necessary conditions for the mind to sort through the day, to file away memories, and to clear the pathways for a new morning. Embrace the darkness in the room around you. Let it be a soft, comforting blanket for your eyes and for your mind. There is nothing more you need to see tonight. The day's images can be allowed to fade, like photographs left out in the sun. Allow them to soften at the edges, to lose their clarity, and to dissolve into a gentle, abstract wash of color and form behind your closed eyelids. You are turning your gaze inward now, away from the outer world and toward the vast, peaceful, inner landscape of rest. The darkness is your ally, a quiet friend who has come to sit with you. And just as a plant remembers its past stresses to better prepare for the future, your mind will now begin its own process of memory consolidation. This is one of the most profound and mysterious functions of sleep. The important experiences and lessons of the day are strengthened, woven into the tapestry of your long-term memory. The unimportant details, the mental clutter and static, are gently pruned away. It is a silent, intelligent housekeeping of the mind, a process of creating order from the chaos of a single day. You do not need to direct this process. It happens all on its own, in the deep, quiet hours of the night. So as you drift, you can imagine your mind as a quiet, moonlit garden. The events of the day are like freshly planted seeds. Sleep is the gentle rain and the rich soil that allows the important ones to take root and grow, while the weeds are washed away. It is a beautiful, restorative process that ensures you awaken with a mind that is clearer, sharper, and more resilient. You are letting go of the day, not to lose it, but to truly make it a part of you, to integrate its wisdom in the most profound and lasting way. Trust in this nocturnal gardening of the mind. Your breathing continues its effortless rhythm, a steady, reliable anchor in the present moment. Notice the feeling of the air entering your body, bringing with it a sense of calm and quiet. And notice the feeling of the air leaving your body, carrying with it any lingering tension or thought. Each breath is a gentle wave, washing over the shores of your awareness. In and out, a simple, beautiful rhythm that has sustained you your entire life. Let your attention rest here on this gentle motion. Let it be the only thing in your universe for a few moments. The breath is always here, always now. The sounds you may hear from outside this space, or even from within the room, do not need to be a disturbance. Think of them as the natural sounds of a forest at night. The distant call of an owl, the rustle of leaves, the creak of a branch. Let these sounds simply be a part of the rich, peaceful tapestry of the night. They can flow past your awareness without snagging your attention. You are so deeply relaxed now that these sounds only serve to remind you of how safe and comfortable you are, tucked away in your own quiet burrow, far from the need to respond to anything. Your body is a landscape, and your awareness is a gentle fog, rolling in to cover it. Let this fog of relaxation drift over your feet, making them feel heavy and warm. Let it roll up over your legs, dissolving any tightness in your muscles. Let it blanket your torso, soothing your core and deepening your breath. Let it drift up into your shoulders, melting away the burdens of the day. Let it cover your arms, your hands, your neck, and finally, your head. You are now completely enveloped in this soft, warm, peaceful fog of relaxation. There is nothing but stillness. The boundary between your body and the space around you may begin to feel less distinct. This is a natural part of deep relaxation. The sense of yourself as a separate entity begins to soften, and you can feel a greater sense of connection to the quiet and the stillness of the room. It is a peaceful feeling, a sense of dissolving into a larger state of calm. You are not disappearing. You are simply expanding your awareness to encompass the peace that surrounds you. You are becoming one with the quiet of the night. You are as still as a stone at the bottom of a deep, clear forest pool. Thoughts may still arise, like bubbles rising from the bottom of that forest pool. That is perfectly natural. Do not try to fight them or push them away. Simply observe them without judgment. See them as empty bubbles of energy, and watch as they float up to the surface and gently pop, disappearing back into the stillness. Do not attach to them. Do not follow them. They are just the last vestiges of the day's mental activity, fizzing away into nothingness. Beneath these fleeting bubbles is a profound depth of silence, and that is where you are headed. You are drifting now, floating in a space between wakefulness and sleep. This is a pleasant, gentle state, a warm and weightless feeling. You may feel as if you are floating on a calm, dark body of water under a sky full of soft, distant stars. The water is perfectly still, and it holds you effortlessly. There is no need to swim, no need to struggle. The gentle current is doing all the work, carrying you slowly and surely towards the shores of deep restorative sleep. All you need to do is allow yourself to be carried. Let go of the story of your day. Let go of the story of tomorrow. In this moment, there are no problems to solve, no lists to make, no conversations to rehearse. There is only the feeling of your breath, the sensation of weightlessness, and the gentle pull of sleep. You are a leaf, letting go of the branch, drifting down through the still night air to rest on the soft forest floor. The fall is gentle, slow, and graceful. It is not a fall at all, but a surrender to the peace that you have earned and the rest that you deserve. Your body knows this path intimately. It has traveled it every night of your life. You can trust its guidance completely. Every cell in your body is ready for this journey, ready to begin the vital work of restoration that only happens in the depths of sleep. Your conscious mind, the part of you that thinks and worries, can now step aside and be a passenger. It can take a seat and simply observe as the ancient, intelligent systems of your body take over, piloting you with perfect skill into the healing realms of slumber. You are in good hands. Feel the muscles in your face soften. Release the tiny muscles around your eyes. Let your jaw hang loose and heavy. Let your tongue rest comfortably in your mouth. The face you have shown the world all day can now relax completely. There is no one to perform for, nothing to express. It can become a smooth, placid mask of tranquility. This simple act of releasing the tension in your face sends a powerful signal of safety and peace throughout your entire nervous system, deepening your state of relaxation even further. Imagine a wave of relaxation beginning at the very top of your head. Feel it as a warm, heavy liquid, slowly cascading downwards. It flows over your scalp, down your forehead, and over your face, washing away any remaining tension. It flows down your neck and into your shoulders, pooling there for a moment, melting away any knots of stress. It continues down your arms to your fingertips and down your torso, into your legs, and all the way to the tips of your toes. Your entire body is now bathed in this profound, heavy, warm sensation of complete and utter relaxation. You are on the very edge of sleep now. The world of logical thought is far away. Your awareness is now in the realm of sensation and feeling, a more ancient and intuitive state of being. You may begin to notice the gentle, drifting quality of hypnagogia, the magical state just before sleep, where images and thoughts flow freely without logic or reason. Welcome this state. It is the gateway to the dream world. Do not try to hold onto any of the images. Let them drift by like clouds, signaling that you are very, very close to your destination. The quiet rhythm of your heart is a gentle drumbeat, a lullaby played just for you. It is the sound of life, the sound of safety. Feel its steady, reassuring pulse in your chest. It has been with you every moment of your life, a faithful companion. And now, its slow, steady beat is guiding you into rest. It is slowing down, becoming softer, more distant, as the rest of your body follows its lead into stillness. There is a profound peace in this simple, vital rhythm, a peace that you can sink into, like a soft, warm bed. Let the silence between my words grow longer. Let the space become more important than the words themselves. The silence is where the true letting go happens. It is an empty vessel that you can pour your tiredness into. It is a vast open space where your mind can finally stretch out and be free from the confines of focused thought. So as my voice continues, listen not just to the words, but to the quiet that surrounds them. That quiet is the true sound of sleep approaching. It is the sound of peace. Every part of you is now in agreement. Every system, every cell is aligned with the single intention of falling asleep. The symphony of your biology is playing a gentle, harmonious lullaby. There is no discord, no resistance, just a unified, peaceful descent into the restorative depths. You are a complex and beautiful organism, and right now, all of your complexity is pointed in one simple direction, towards rest. Surrender to this beautiful, unified flow. It is carrying you exactly where you need to go. If you are still hearing my voice, that is perfectly fine. It simply means you are enjoying this state of deep relaxation. There is no need to rush. The journey is as important as the destination. But know that you can let go of my voice at any time. You can allow it to become a meaningless murmur, a sound that simply fades into the background as you cross the final threshold into sleep. You have my full permission to stop listening and to drift away whenever you are ready. My voice will be here to hold the space for you until you do. The world will continue to turn. The moon will continue its silent journey across the sky. The forest will continue its quiet breathing. Everything is in its right place, unfolding in its own time. And you are in your right place, here, now, letting go of the day and embracing the gift of rest. You are a part of this great cosmic rhythm. By sleeping, you are aligning yourself with the cycles of the planet and the universe. It is the most natural thing in the world. Allow yourself to be natural. Allow yourself to rest. Imagine your consciousness as a single drop of ink in a large, clear glass of water. As you relax, that drop begins to slowly and gracefully expand and disperse. The hard edges of your ego, your sense of I, begin to soften and dissolve into the water. Soon, the entire glass is tinted with a soft, uniform color. There is no longer a separate drop, only the water itself. This is the feeling of falling asleep. A gentle, peaceful dissolution of the self into the vast, collective unconsciousness of rest. A beautiful and comforting release. There is a deep stillness at the center of your being. Beneath the surface-level thoughts and feelings, there is a core of profound quiet, a place that is always at peace. As you relax, you can allow your awareness to sink down to this level, down past the noise, down past the worries, to the silent, unmoving center of yourself. This is your sanctuary. It is always here for you. And it is from this place of deep inner quiet that true restorative sleep arises. Let yourself settle into that core of peace now. The energy that you expended today is now being replenished. Imagine a soft, gentle light, the color of moonlight, filling your body with every slow inhalation. See this light as pure restorative energy. As you breathe in, it fills your feet, your legs, your torso, your arms, your head. It seeps into every muscle and every cell, recharging and renewing. And as you breathe out, you release any remaining tiredness, any depleted energy, as a gray, harmless smoke that simply dissipates into the air. In with the new, out with the old. A gentle, healing exchange. You are now so very heavy. Your limbs feel like they are made of stone, but it is a pleasant, comforting weight. It is the weight of relaxation, the weight of letting go. It is the feeling of gravity's gentle, reassuring embrace. This heaviness is a sign that your muscles have fully released, that your body has surrendered to rest. Welcome this sensation. Sink into it. Let it anchor you to your bed and prevent your mind from drifting anywhere but down, down, down into the depths of peaceful sleep. The gentle darkness is your friend. The quiet is your companion. Your breath is your guide. You have everything you need to complete this journey. There is nothing to fear, nothing to resist. Sleep is a natural and benevolent state. It is a homecoming. It is your body and mind returning to their source to be healed and made whole again. So go now, with a sense of peace and gratitude. Go into the healing darkness. Go into the restorative silence. Go into the deep and dreamless peace that awaits you. My voice is just a thread now, a single, thin connection to the waking world. And at any moment, you can choose to let go of that thread. Feel it grow thinner and thinner with every word. Feel the pull of sleep becoming stronger and stronger. Soon, the thread will break, and you will drift free, untethered, into the vast and peaceful ocean of slumber. It is a wonderful feeling of release. You are ready. You are so very ready to let go and float away. The need to understand is fading. The need to listen is fading. There is only the need to be still, to be quiet, to be at rest. The complex ideas we explored earlier have served their purpose. They have become a soft bed for your mind to lie upon. And now, you can let them go. Let the science dissolve into sensation. Let the wonder dissolve into peace. All that is left is the gentle, persistent, and irresistible pull of sleep. It is a force as natural and as powerful as gravity. Do not resist it. Deep, quiet, peace. These are the only words that matter now. Let them echo in the vast, empty space of your mind. Deep, quiet, peace. Let each word be a step down a long, soft staircase. A staircase that leads you away from the busy, bright room of wakefulness and down into the cool, dark, silent cellar of sleep. Each step is easy, effortless. Each step takes you deeper into comfort, deeper into stillness, deeper into rest. Deep, quiet, peace. Your awareness is shrinking now, contracting from the outside world and coalescing into a single tiny point of warmth and comfort in the center of your being. The room has disappeared, your body has all but disappeared. There is only this small, warm, drifting point of consciousness. And it is getting smaller and sleepier and more peaceful with every passing moment. Soon it too will dissolve, like a final, glowing ember fading into the soft, dark ashes of the night. A gentle and final release into oblivion. The gentle rhythm of your breathing is all that is left. It is the sound of the universe rocking you to sleep. A slow, steady, cosmic lullaby. It has been playing since the moment you were born, and it will continue through the night, a faithful guardian watching over you as you rest. There is nothing more reassuring than this sound, this feeling. It is the anchor of your being. Let it be the last thing you notice as you finally let go and surrender completely to the night. You are safe, you are comfortable, you are at peace. These truths are absolute. Let them be the foundation upon which you build your night of rest. No matter where your dreams may take you, you will be anchored by this fundamental reality. You are safe, you are comfortable, you are at peace. Repeat these words in your mind if you wish, or just feel their truth in your body. Let them be the last conscious thought before the beautiful emptiness of sleep takes over completely. The journey is almost over. The boat has reached the shore. You can feel the gentle bump as it comes to rest on the soft sands of slumber. It is time to disembark. Step out of the boat of wakefulness and onto the solid ground of deep sleep. Feel the relief of arrival, the satisfaction of a journey completed. You have navigated the waters of the day, and now you have reached your safe harbor. Here, you can rest. Here, you can be restored. Welcome home. The silence is calling to you now, a deep, velvety, and inviting silence. It is not an emptiness, but a fullness, a state of pure potential, of absolute rest. It is the silence that existed before the universe began. It is the silence that exists in the heart of a sleeping seed, deep in the earth. It is your birthright. It is your sanctuary. Let yourself merge with this profound and healing silence. Let it hold you. Let it heal you. Let it be you. The gentle work of the night begins now. The quiet restoration, the silent healing. Your conscious mind is no longer needed. Its role is complete. It can rest now, like a tired watchman after a long shift. Your deeper, wiser self is taking over, orchestrating a million tiny miracles of repair and renewal within you. You can have complete faith in this process. It is the great wisdom of life itself, unfolding within you as you sleep. And so you drift, and so you float, and so you fall. Into a space without time, into a place without thought, into the deep, deep well of sleep. It is a letting go. It is a surrender. It is a return. Rest now. Let the darkness take you. Let the peace hold you. Let the silence heal you. There is nothing left to do but sleep. Nothing left to be but asleep. Peace, just peace. Feel that word resonate through your being. A single pure note of tranquility. It hums in every cell. It calms every nerve. It soothes every thought. There is only peace now. A vast, unending ocean of peace. And you are floating in its center, held and supported, safe and sound, drifting on the gentle waves of peace. Sleep now, in peace. The quiet grows deeper, the stillness more profound. Your breath is the only movement in a world that has come to a complete and perfect standstill. In and out, a soft, slow rhythm. The rhythm of deep, deep rest. You are descending now, spiraling gently downwards into the very heart of slumber. It is a warm and welcoming place. There is only comfort here, only calm. My voice is now just a distant echo, a memory of a sound. You may not even be sure if you are still hearing it or just remembering it. It does not matter. The words have done their work. They have guided you to the door. And now you can walk through it, into the silent, peaceful room of sleep. The door is closing gently behind you. You are on the other side now. Drifting, floating, sinking. Words are just shapes now, losing their meaning. All that matters is the feeling of release, the feeling of letting go, the feeling of deep, profound, and effortless rest. You are almost there, so close. Just one final gentle release, one final exhale, and you will be gone, gone to the world of sleep. The soft, dark velvet of the night envelops you. It is a cocoon of perfect peace and safety. Inside this cocoon you can rest and transform, ready to emerge with the morning light, refreshed and renewed. Nothing can disturb you here. You are completely protected. Completely at ease, in the heart of the healing darkness. Let go now, truly and completely. Release your final grip on wakefulness. Let it slip through your fingers. It is time. Your body is ready. Your mind is quiet. The path is clear. It is time to sleep. It is time to rest. It is time to let go. And now, only silence. A deep and profound silence. A silence that holds you. A silence that heals you. A silence that is you. Rest in this silence. Be this silence. Sleep in this silence. The world sleeps. The forest sleeps. And now you sleep too. You are joining the great quiet chorus of rest that envelops the planet. You are a part of the rhythm, a part of the peace. Sleep now. Sleep deeply. The final thought dissolves. The final image fades. There is only the feeling of peace, a deep, abiding, and unending peace. This is the essence of sleep. This is the gift of the night. Receive it now. Rest, a simple word for a profound state. Let that be your final destination. Rest, pure and simple, deep and complete. Rest. Your journey is complete. Rest. Sleep. Just sleep. In the deep, silent world of the forest floor, seeds lie dormant, waiting for the right conditions to sprout. They are not dead, but in a state of profound and patient rest, holding all the potential for a new beginning within them. Your sleep is like this. It is not an ending, but a sacred pause, a state of deep, restorative waiting. Within this stillness, the potential for a new day is being carefully nurtured. You are gathering your strength, replenishing your energy, so that when the morning comes, you too can be ready to grow towards the light, renewed and full of life. The ancient trees stand as silent sentinels in the night, their roots deep in the earth, their branches reaching for the stars. They are masters of stillness, of simply being. They do not worry about the wind that may come tomorrow, nor do they fret over the day that is past. They are profoundly present in this moment, in this darkness. You can borrow this profound stillness from them. Feel yourself becoming like one of these great trees, rooted, calm, and completely at peace with the quiet unfolding of the night. Your only purpose now is to be still and to rest. Imagine the sap in that tree, the very lifeblood, which flows with vibrant energy during the day. At night, this flow slows to a near standstill. The tree's entire metabolism shifts into a lower gear, conserving energy, focusing on subtle, internal processes of repair and consolidation. Your own body is doing the same. Your metabolism is slowing. Your systems are shifting into a nocturnal mode of operation. This is a wise and ancient biological rhythm, a conservation of energy that is essential for long-term health and vitality. Trust in this slowing down. It is a sign that everything is working exactly as it should. The air you are breathing is a gift from the plant world, an invisible, life-giving river that flows in and out of your lungs. With every breath, you are taking in the oxygen that a tree, perhaps one very near you, released during the day. It is a constant, intimate connection to the green world. As you fall asleep, let your breath be a reminder of this profound symbiosis. You are part of a great planetary cycle of breath, a quiet exchange that connects all living things. Let this thought deepen your sense of belonging and peace as you drift away. The world beneath the soil is in perfect darkness. This darkness is not empty. It is full of life, of connection, of purpose. It is the realm of roots, of fungi, of slow and patient work. Your own journey into sleep is a journey into a similar kind of darkness. It is not an emptiness to be feared, but a rich, fertile, and restorative space. It is the place where the roots of your mind can grow, where you can draw nourishment and strength for the day to come. So let yourself sink into this healing darkness without hesitation, knowing it is the source of renewal. The leaves of many plants fold themselves inward at night, a phenomenon known as nyctinasty. It is their version of sleep, a closing down, a turning inward, a protecting of their delicate surfaces from the night chill. You are doing the same. You are pulling the blankets around you, closing your eyes, turning your attention away from the world. It is a primal, instinctual act of self-preservation and comfort. You are folding yourself into the safety of the night, entering your own state of rest, just as the flowers and leaves in a quiet garden are doing all around you. There is a deep, quiet intelligence in this process, an intelligence that does not require thought. A plant does not decide to sleep. It simply responds to the rhythm of the world. Your body has the same deep intelligence. You do not need to figure out how to fall asleep. You only need to create the conditions of stillness and quiet, and then allow this innate, biological wisdom to do the rest. You can let go of the role of the thinker, the doer, the planner, and simply allow yourself to be a living organism, responding naturally and gracefully to the ancient call of the night. Feel the profound relief that comes with this surrender. The relief of no longer needing to be in control. The relief of handing over the reins to a part of you that is far older and wiser than your conscious mind. This part of you knows exactly how to heal, how to rest, and how to restore. All it asks is that you get out of the way, that you let go of your grip on the day and allow the gentle, powerful tide of sleep to come in and do its work. It is the easiest and most natural thing in the world. Simply let it happen. The night is a vast, silent ocean, and you are a single, small boat drifting peacefully on its surface. There is no destination you need to reach, no course you need to plot. The journey itself is the destination. The simple act of drifting is all that is required. The gentle rocking of the waves is your own slow, steady breath. The infinite starry sky above is the vastness of your own peaceful mind. There is nothing but this moment, this boat, this breath, and the deep, dark, silent water beneath you, which is the very essence of sleep. The sounds of the world are fading. The light of the day is a distant memory. The thoughts in your mind are becoming soft, blurred, and unimportant. You are descending, down into the quiet, down into the dark, down into the deep. It is a slow and gentle spiral, a journey to the very center of your own being, where the only thing that exists is a profound and unshakable peace. Let go and allow yourself to be drawn down into this center, into this silence, into this sleep. The deep and dreamless part of your sleep is like the ancient, undisturbed soil at the very bottom of the forest. It is a layer of perfect stillness, where the processes of restoration are most profound. It is here that your body and mind are truly renewed. You are entering that deep layer now, a place beyond thought, beyond dreams, beyond awareness itself. It is a state of pure being, a return to the source. You do not need to be conscious of it for it to be healing you. You only need to surrender to it. Stillness. Let this be the one word that remains. A deep and profound stillness that permeates every part of you. The stillness of a mountain. The stillness of a deep lake. The stillness of a sleeping forest under a blanket of fresh snow. Your body is still. Your mind is still. Your world is still. In this stillness, all healing is possible. In this stillness, all restoration occurs. Embrace this perfect, beautiful stillness. Let it be your entire reality now. The quiet is now so complete that you can almost hear it. It is a soft, gentle hum, like the sound of the universe breathing. It is the sound of peace, the sound of rest, the sound of nothing needing to be done. Let this gentle sound wash over you, through you. Let it be the only thing you perceive. It is the ultimate lullaby, a sound that signals the end of all effort and the beginning of complete release. You are home now, in the heart of the great quiet. Let your awareness be like a single drop of dew on a leaf at midnight, perfect, round, and still, reflecting the vast darkness of the sky, yet completely contained and at peace. It does not strive. It does not move. It simply is. It holds its place in the quiet world, a tiny jewel of perfect tranquility. This is the state of your mind now, small, quiet, and perfectly at rest. Content to simply be, until the first light of dawn comes to dissolve it. The earth turns slowly, silently, carrying you through the night. You do not feel the motion, but you are part of it. You are a passenger on this beautiful sleeping planet, making its graceful journey through the vast, quiet cosmos. Feel yourself as part of this grand cosmic dance. Your personal rest is a tiny, perfect reflection of the great quiet of space itself. You are resting with the planet. You are sleeping with the stars. And you are safe in the gentle, turning arms of the universe. The threads of consciousness are loosening. The tapestry of your waking mind is gently unraveling, its patterns dissolving back into simple, soft threads of potential. There is no need to hold it together any longer. Let it come apart. Let the patterns fade. This unraveling is a necessary process, allowing a new, more beautiful pattern to be woven during the night. A pattern of clarity, peace, and readiness for a new day. Let go of the old pattern now. Let it all dissolve into softness. You are now just a presence, a warm, relaxed presence in a quiet, dark room. There is no name, no history, no future. There is only this present moment of profound peace. This is the essence of you, beneath all the layers of identity and thought. A simple, peaceful awareness. And now, even this awareness can be allowed to rest. It can dissolve into the peace that it is observing, until there is no observer and no observed, only the state of peace itself. A final, gentle letting go. Imagine you are holding a single, smooth stone in your open palm. You have been carrying it all day. Now, simply turn your hand over and let the stone drop. Feel the release. The absence of weight, the freedom. That stone was the last of your worries, the final remnant of the day. It has fallen away into the darkness. And your hand, your mind, is now empty, light, and free. There is nothing left to hold, nothing left to do. The river is carrying you now. A slow, dark, gentle river. It is taking you to the sea, the great, silent sea of sleep. You can feel the current, steady and sure. It requires no effort on your part. You are floating on your back, looking up at a sky with no stars, only a soft, deep blackness. The sound of the water is a gentle whisper. The movement is barely perceptible. But you are moving, drifting on your final approach to the shores of complete oblivion. The edge of the world, the edge of awareness. You are standing there, looking into a soft, inviting darkness. It is a gentle void, a peaceful emptiness. It is not frightening. It is comforting. It is the promise of absolute rest. You can now take that final easy step, a step into the darkness. A step into the quiet, a step into sleep. And now, the spaces between the words become everything. Listen to the silence. It is here for you. It is holding you. It is healing you. Let the silence be your guide. Drifting. Just drifting. A slow, easy, weightless drift. No direction. No purpose. Only the gentle, floating sensation of letting go. Deeper now. Let yourself sink deeper and deeper into the comfort, into the warmth, into the stillness. There is no bottom, only more peace. Quiet, so quiet. The world has faded away. There is only this profound, peaceful quiet. Rest here, in the quiet. Letting go. The final release. Let go of my voice. Let go of your thoughts. Let go of everything. Just let go. You are asleep, or so close it no longer matters. You are in the sanctuary. You have arrived. Peace is with you. The night holds you, safe and sound. Until the morning, rest now, only rest. The gentle darkness, your friend, your blanket, your peace, sleep now. So very still, so very calm, so very peaceful. You are rest itself. And now, nothing. Just the deep, restorative peace of sleep. Good night. Sleep. Rest. Peace. Let go. Drifting. Deeper. Stillness. Quiet. Safe. Asleep.